school came up to me the other day and she said, Sarah, I watched a couple of your videos yesterday and I usually don't really wear makeup, but I just wanted to watch one of your makeup tutorials. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And she said, yeah, I didn't realize how many different eye looks you can make. And she said, I didn't know there's such thing as a crease color, a highlight color, a lid color. I had no clue what any of those were. And whenever I applied an eyeshadow, I just kind of threw it all on my eye and walked out the door. And it was very, very, very educational. And I said, oh, that is awesome. I didn't realize that a lot of people like really didn't know that. It kind of like it kind of blew my mind that not everyone like knew about that crease color, which is what I live by, my eyeshadow and my crease colors and my lid colors. And I just have always knew about those like different eyeshadows since I started YouTube in the 8th grade. And I didn't realize that a lot of people actually didn't watch YouTube and didn't really know about that. So this video is basically for people who are just starting eyeshadow or just want to kind of get to know why you put some eyeshadows in different like ways and why it's important to use like a primer every day and stuff. So this video is a how to apply eyeshadow for beginners, and yeah, I hope you enjoy. So the first step to any eye look is the most important step of all, and this is to have an eyeshadow primer or base. By far, I cannot stress this enough how important it is to have an eyeshadow primer or base before you put on any eyeshadow. I didn't realize that people never did this before until I started doing people's makeup, and I was like, I would put on their eyeshadow primer and they'd be like, what the heck is this? And I'd be like, what do you mean, what is this? And they're like, what are you putting in my eyes? I'm like, this is their eyeshadow primer. They're like, I always just put eyeshadow on my like eyelid. And I'm like, how does your eyeshadow stay on all day? And they're like, it doesn't. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So eyeshadow primer is basically something you put on your eyelid. It has a creamy consistency that you put on before you put on your lid color. And it's supposed to even out your skin tone if you want it to. And it's supposed to make your eyeshadow last all day and you won't have to reapply it at all, and it really helps your eyeshadow stay on your eyelid. And this is a very, very, very important step, because if not, your eyeshadow is just gonna wear off or like fall on your face once you put it on. So you can either use a primer or a base, and a primer is more of a liquid consistency, liquidy, creamy consistency, you know? And this is something that you just apply to your eyes and then just rub in, and it's good to go. And a lot of people go for the Urban Decay Primer Potion, and this is the regular one, but it's an Eden, which is more my skin tone, which I use every day because I love just evening out my skin tone, because personally, I have red veiny eyelids, and that's not fun, especially if you want to have like a natural look and you don't want any of the red peeking through. I would recommend something that's more your skin tone. And if I zoom up a little bit here, you can tell that this is very, very, very creamy, and a little goes a long way for sure. This is pretty expensive. It's about $20 for this thing, but if you see here, you only need about that much, and that is good for both of your eyes and underneath your eyes if you want to use this below your concealer too, because that works very well as well. And you just go like that, and then you're just going to rub it on your eyelid, and then you're good to go. And it really helps all of your eyeshadow stay on all day. And I just cannot stress enough how like well it works. The next one is the eyeshadow base, and these are what the Maybelline color tattoos are, or the MAC paint pots are. And I like using bases if I want to use more of a vibrant color as my lid color. So a lot of bases are like the Maybelline color tattoos and the MAC paint pots. So this is one of the Maybelline color tattoos that I really like. I use this when I really want to have a dark eye, and this is the one in Bad to the Bronze, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about it. And as you see, I have a huge dent in it, but basically it is just like a primer, but it is creamier and more of a solid than a liquid. And if you see, you just put your finger in, a little goes a long way for this too, and you can make it as light or as dark as you want it, and this works for any eyeshadow base. And you can just use a base and then go on with the rest of your day. You can use that for a primer too, but that might make your eyelids a little oily. But if you put a base on your eyelid and just walk out the door, you will be good to go and your eyes won't get oily at all. And this is with most bases. This is not for all of them. I also really like this MAC paint pot in Rubenesque for underneath when I use my half-baked eyeshadow, which is a really gold eyeshadow that I like using. And this is the same exact thing, but it is gold, and I really like using this, like I said, underneath my gold eyeshadow because it makes it look a lot more vibrant, and it makes it stay on more, and it's not going to show any of the matte underneath like my Eden primer potion would, if that makes any sense. So like I said, I would just put on like maybe that MAC paint pot, and then I would put on like that MAC paint pot, and then I would take like this Naked palette, which is also from Urban Decay. I really like Urban Decay. It's one of my favorite brands, if you didn't know that already. And I would just take the color Half Baked and apply it all over my lid for a lid color, which I really like. Like I said, I think gold looks really good on blue eyes, but I don't know, that's just my opinion. You can use any colors you want. You can go blue, purple, anything. But I also like, for this one, for this eye look, I actually do this eye look all the time, but I like flipping the eyeshadow brush over and using this color Smog and kind of just putting it in the outer half. Like, I look at my eyelid and I put it in half, and then I just apply the darker color for more dimension. Like I said, dimension makes your eyes look more big and bold, and then if you were doing reverse dimension, you would want the darker color on the inside, which I do not do a lot. I've only done that like once or twice, I think, for tutorials. And then I do the same thing as I take this angled brush, and then I use this color Dark Horse right here. And I do the same thing as I make that V in my eyelid, and then I take my blending brush, I get a little bit of product on it, I tap it off, and then I just, you know, blend it all in, and I really like the way that works. What's really also important that I haven't talked about yet is how important an inner corner highlight and underneath the brow bone highlight is. My favorite highlighting color for sure would have to be, again, in the Naked Basics palette, and that would be the color Foxy. I really like this color because it is like my skin tone, but it's a little more yellow. Like, this is more my skin tone, but that's a little more yellow, so it really brightens up the eye. And I like using this on the inner corner and underneath the brow bone because that's just gonna make your whole face, like your whole eye look, just come together and make it look like you just woke up, and that is always a good thing, you know? You always want to look like you just woke up. I like that for like more of a matte eye, or if I have a lot of shimmery eyeshadows on, I like mattifying up a little bit with that. And then if I have a lot of matte eyeshadows on and I want to make it a little shimmery, I like using this color right here, and this is Virgin, it's what it's called, and then you put it on the inner corner and underneath your brow bone as well. And yeah, that is what I do for basically my eyeshadow every single day, and I know I talked a million words a minute in this video, but if you have any questions, you can comment down below, because after I do all my eyeshadow, I usually just do my eyeliner, and then I put on my mascara, and I'm good to go. And a lot of people don't know this, but I actually fill in my eyebrows with my eyeshadow too. I use color Faint a lot in this. Then I also use a different eyeshadow from a different palette I have, because eyeshadow really does fill in your eyebrows well, if you want to do that too. And then I also have a video how to apply eyeliner, so if you want to go check out that video, I'll link it down below, because a lot of people ask how I do my eyeliner. So yeah, that is it for this video. I'm sorry I talked so fast, but I hope you enjoyed and I hope you learned a little something. And yeah, like I said, if you have any questions, comment down below, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and want a couple more videos like this, because that would be fun to do. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!